Hey guys, it is Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. Well, it looks like Oasis is absolutely killing it right now, so I thought it'd be a good idea to do, one of their more popular tracks. Actually, apparently it's one of the most played radio hits in the UK right now. It's their classic "She's Electric." So it's one of the few popular ones of theirs I haven't done yet. So we're gonna take care of that today. Now, there's a lot going on in this track. There's even the guitar solo's got multiple guitar soloing at the same time, and there's a lot of guitar layers. I'm really kind of sticking with how Noel plays it live. There are other guitars in the recording that might be playing the chord voicing slightly differently, but how Noel plays it too is also there in the recording. So I'm just going to kind of treat that as the main part. So it's you're going to see a lot of this kind of matchup of what Noel's actually doing live. And there's a slight difference on how the original recording, how he plays it on the original recording in some parts to how he plays it today. And I kind of think it sounds better how he does it today. So I'm going to kind of show you. I'll show you both ways, but that's mostly in the chorus. Anyway, before I get into it, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ring the bell. Really kind of like and support the videos in any way you can. Share them. Actually watch them. That really helps. I say it every time. The best way to support what I do here on YouTube and to keep it going is to join my Guitar Academy. I'm working on a lot of new courses over there. I do a live stream every weekend just for Academy members. That's why you never see me live on YouTube. And you get personalized support from me and access to all my courses. The link in the description gives you 40% off the annual rate, which is a YouTube only link. So you're only going to find that there. You won't find it on the site. So click there. You'll get 40% off the annual rate, and you'll have that price for life as long as you keep your account active. So, and if you've never had an account, you get a free 7-day trial. And so you can see full access to everything, all the courses, support from me. And my live streams, all just even during the trial. So go check it out. All right, so let's jump into the track. So like I said, I'm just kind of really based on the work on the basic chords behind it. It's a fun song to play, but I'm not going to be talking about any of the lead guitar stuff. And this is really going to be kind of similar to what Noel's doing live. All right, so we're going to start here with this intro here. And then it kind of goes into the verse riff there, which is still part of the intro. But this chord that he's doing here, you hear some other kind of little guitars doing some fills and stuff on the original recording. But here, all that's going on for the harmony, what Noel's doing is you can hold that second fret there if you want with your thumb, or you can just play it like this if you want. But he's basically playing this second fret on the low E, fourth on the A, fourth on the D, third on the B, on the G string. And then you're gonna have the high E and the B open. So kind of create this. So you play it like that, or you can just do it like that with your thumb. I'm gonna strum that a little bit. And then it just takes this down one fret and then to an E major chord. So it's just that same one, just down one fret, so easy enough. And then when we get to the E, it's pretty much, it's still the intro of the song, but he goes into the verse chord progression, which looks like this. All right, so we're gonna start here with this E major chord. So just a standard open E. And then it goes up here to, a lot of people will play this. Now there is, I think, a guitar on the recording that plays this as a regular G sharp major chord. But you also hear on the recording and how Noel plays it live is as a dominant 7 chord. So he's basically makes it a little bit more dissonant. So that's a full bar at the 4th fret, and then in front of that you'll play the 5th fret there on the G string, and then the 6th fret on the A. So it's still kind of 2 hits on the E. And you kind of after every hit, just release the pressure. Here you kind of help it with the palm since there's open strings. To kind of get that, you kind of keep cutting the sound off. All right, so now, also live, when he goes to this next chord, it sounds, I think, the best and closest to the recording to play it as just a regular C sharp minor chord. All right, so that's just a bar from the 4th fret on the high E to the A. And then in front of that, you'll play the 5th fret there on the B string, 6 on the G, and 6 on the D. Now, what you're gonna see him play more recently is he just takes this G sharp dominant 7 shape and just moves everything down one string, which makes it a C sharp minor 7 chord. So you see him do a lot, and you can hear this in the recording as well, but it's very faint, that one of the guitars is actually playing a minor 7, so it seems like that's what he actually does live. But if you just have one guitar, it sounds better, I think, with just the regular C sharp minor chord. From there, he goes to an A sus2 chord, and he still does this live. So this open A, 2nd fret on the D and the G, open B, open high E. So you're gonna see a lot of this, especially in the live versions. He likes to have that open B and high E ring in a lot. So this whole progression looks like this. Repeat. One more time. All right, and then we're gonna end this verse section. So that's how Noel plays it live. He plays it down here in just a regular open position. But there are guitars in the recording that are doing it like that, just kind of, you hear that kind of audible slide on the recording. But I'm just gonna kind of stick with this the way he's doing it. It makes it a little bit easier for everybody. So it's just a basic open position C major chord to the basic open position D to an E major. And at the end of it, he kind of quickly makes it a dominant 7 chord by playing the 3rd fret there on the B string and then let off. So all together for that, so it's that one progression done 3 times and then that little C, D, E ending. Looks like this. All right, so that's kind of like the end of the intro, and then it just plays that exact same thing we just did there. After Liam comes in with the vocals, it plays that exact same whole complete verse riff twice. And then out of that, we get to, I guess we're gonna call it the chorus. It's a really long section. And this is the part where he plays it differently live now than is actually on the recording. And I think what he does live with it actually sounds better. So on the recording, this first chord you hear right at the beginning, that part. You'll see people doing it on here, which is, you know, technically correct, but he's playing it up here. But this is kind of closer to what it sounds like on the recording. So it's kind of the open A, then the 7th fret on the D, 6th fret on the G string, 5th on the B, and then the open high E ring with it. And then he takes this note on the D string and moves it down to the 6th fret to make it an A major 7 chord. And then so you're gonna have to kind of replace that note there on the 6th fret. Just kind of move your finger back over because you gotta kind of flip these 2 fingers. So it looks like this. So that's kind of closer to what's on the recording. Live, he does it like this now, and I think this actually sounds a little bit better. right, so like I said, it's a really long section. So the difference there was, instead of having this note at the 5th fret on the B, he lets the B string ring open with the high E. So that's how you're gonna see him play it these days. And so you can do it like this, like I first showed you, or you can play it like he does now, which is. So that's just just again the 7th fret on the D string going down to the 6th. So everything else stays the same. So open A, 7th on the D, 6th on the G, open B, open high E. And then down to 6th. And repeat. And then just down to an E. And then what you're gonna do is after 4 beats there, you're gonna lift up your finger that's on the D string, just make it an open D string. Just makes it an E dominant 7 chord. And then we're back up top here. And then we're gonna go back down to this E, and we're gonna hold this a little bit longer. So kind of 8 beats there, and then you're gonna make it into a E dominant 7 again. I kind of like adding, so you take off that note on the D string, so it's an open D string again, but also add the 3rd fret there on the B at the same time. So. And then we're gonna go to this. So this kind of keeps everything consistent with those, the open B and open high E. So this chord here, he doesn't play the bass note here. He plays it like that. So it's gonna be the, he's probably just thinking of it as an F sharp minor chord, but then he's just letting those top 2 strings ring. They're not worried about the, the 11, whatever. So it's just, it's the, right here at the 4th fret on the A, 4th fret there on the D, 2nd fret there on the G, open B, open high E. And then, so that's the kind of a B, around a B7 chord, but technically it's got the E in there as well too, so it'd be like a B11, but it's just the 2nd fret there on the A string, 1st fret on the D, 2nd fret on the G, open B and open high E again. All right, so let me play that whole section for you again. From there we go to the solo, and like I said, I'm not going to cover the solo. Oh, whatever he's doing there, kind of a. It's just, but he's doing it over the verse progression. And then from there, just after the solo, it just keeps going with that a couple more times through that verse progression, and then we're back to the chorus section. So it's just those 2 riffs there. And then we're to the end of the song, which has this kind of C, D, E repeated 8 times. The last time's kind of played a little bit slower. So it looks like this. This is the whole ending of the song here. This comes out of the 2nd chorus. So the 2nd chorus did go into that, but now it just comes out of the, straight into that. So it looks like this. All right, so that's just that C, D, E that we kind of ended the verse with, but it's done, so it's done 7 times at that tempo. You do it 7 times, and then the 8th time through, you just kind of hold on to them a little bit longer. And then the D, and then song ends on that E major. And that is about it. So it's a pretty simple song, but it's got some interesting chord voicings in it. So it's not very difficult to play, but it does sound pretty interesting, and that's all that really matters, really. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.